Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.
And good morning, everybody, and welcome into Sunshine's Corner. Now, this is where purpose meets power, and conversations definitely creates change. Now, today, I'm having a conversation that I believe so many people need to have. We're talking about something that sometimes carries a stigma: mental health, therapy, faith, and the importance of taking care of ourselves. Our special guest today is Matea. Pronounce your last name.
Suarez.
That's it. I said Suarez. Okay, Matea Suarez. She's a therapist and the owner of Be Still Therapy. Now, Matea, we welcome you to Sunshine's Corner, and I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to have you here with me. I met you earlier in the year, and you were pulling things out of me so quickly. I said, oh my God, how did she get that? She said, no, if you do that, you got to do this. I said, ooh, she hit me on the head then. But
I try not to, but I can't help it. I can't help it.
It's the real deal. But thank you, sweetheart, for getting up, coming in with me.
I'm so honored. Sunshine.
Even though you had to come in on two wheels.
Two wheels. Two wheels.
I had to get that laugh in, okay?
Two wheels.
That's all good. But let's talk a little bit about Matea, since people may not, know about Matea. Number one, Matea is a therapist.
Yes, I am a therapist through and through. Mom first.
Yes.
I will say wife, wife as well. So mom of 3 kids, a licensed mental health counselor. I'm also the owner of Be Still Therapy. I'm the founder. Also of Be Made Whole, my nonprofit. But that's something that just started launching. But I am so thankful and grateful that I'm also the behavioral health director at Health and Hope Clinic.
That's where I wanted to go.
And that right there sets my soul on fire. I was literally on the way here. I was like, my interns, they're like, the alarm's going off, and I said, here we go. We're back at it. School's back in session. So everybody, right. All my interns are there. I got UWF. I have Troy there. So I also have Liberty. So Walden University. A lot of different interns. And I mean, it's free healthcare, free counseling for our patients. If they're a Health and Hope patient, they can receive individual counseling for free. We also have women's groups going on. I had Reclaiming Hope last night. We had 28 women.
Okay, now tell me more about that.
Reclaiming Hope, so that's a group that's open to the whole community. So you do not have to be a Health and Hope patient. You can receive services in our health and wellness building for Reclaiming Hope. Has women's boundaries. We talked about self-love. We talked about trauma bonds. We talk about attachment wounds. We talk about the fact that our hope, we really sometimes, people say, I feel hopeless. And I'm like, no, your hope is usually buried underneath like something, the shame, the resentment, the trauma, the hurt, the frustration. So I just help them to be able to chip away and dig deeper in that iceberg and say, let's find that hope.
Oh my goodness. See what I mean? She chips it away. How did you first get into therapy? I mean, what? She said, I mean, because to do all of that and then to be able to bring things out that we sometimes cover up.
And I kind of say that I shine a light, like a mirror. Like it's God's light shining in darkness. Because a lot of times the things that happen are in dark moments, in isolation. So the thing I try to do is to say, let me put a mirror and give somebody a reflection so they can get that awareness. So I started therapy. I was an educator for 8 years in the school district. And I just kept seeing those kids and I said, you know what? These kids' mental health is more important than teachers' mental health. If they don't want us to be burnt out, if they would prioritize the mental health, academics and everything else would follow suit.
Get out of here.
So I was like, let me sit here and show up. But I was very codependent in the workplace.
Okay, I got it.
I was proving, performing, trying to reach. To say, oh yeah, I gotta have the highest test scores and everything. And in that moment, I was like, but Matea, you're worn out.
Right.
You love it, but I kept saying, oh, I have to get up and go to work. With therapy, I say, I get to do this work.
How do you know when you're burnt out?
When the moments of the tearful spells come up, everything's irritable. Sometimes when you're snippy, you're frustrated easily, or you're sitting there, that anger comes. It's kind of like, it's called codependency. It's like burnout in the sense of I've given, but I feel unappreciated.
Okay.
Because I didn't have any boundaries.
Okay.
So I didn't know, hey, this is where education ends and Matea begins. Okay. So I was so enmeshed and just constantly trying to perform and prove, and I was like, I'm still not happy.
Okay, and that's a big thing. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk today because you don't know, some of these things could just reach out and touch you and grab you like reach out and touch somebody's hand.
Yes.
But when you say that, when you've gotten to the point where you're just burned out and, wow, you call that That's amazing. When you said that you were in the educational field for 8 years.
8 years, 14, I started doing daycare. So I've been doing childcare, and I'm 35, just turned 35. So
all your life?
All my life I've been doing childcare, and I love the kids, but the thing is, it's the whole person. And that was the thing I was missing. I was so focused on the academics because of the emphasis that the state and everybody else put on us to be like, the kids got to meet a certain score, but I was like, our students are so much more than a test score.
When you realized it was time to let that go, how did that happen?
Oh, God moved me. God moved me more through and through. I sat there, it was a whole email thread of things that were going on that they were saying, Matea did this, and then I sat there at that table and I was like, I felt like I was on trial, and they said, I was like, none of this is true.
Absolutely.
Like, it was so quick that God said, hey, you have a 98 highly effective, and my principal said, hey, I'm not going to renew your contract.
Get out of here.
And I kept saying, God, why? Like,
I hear you.
Out of being highly effective, doing this for so long, grade level chair, why am I being pushed out of the career that I thought I was going to retire from? I thought I was going to give the district 30 plus years, but God said, no, comfort's going to kill your calling.
Comfort's going to kill you? I like that. Comfort's going to kill your calling.
And I heard that from Pastor Michael Todd, and I would never forget the sermon came on, and he was like, Matea, you're comfortable. He was like, you've been comfortable in education. This has been ego-led. I need something that's going to be spirit-led. It was so I did this. I was a great teacher. But Be Still Therapy and me being in this space with Health and Hope has truly been nothing but a God thing, and knowing that it's him. He said, it's kingdom work. He said, it's bigger than me.
Absolutely. God.
He's so faithful.
Oh, he is so faithful.
faithful.
I mean, just to think of you, I think about the fact that, of course, when you're an educator, the lives you affect, the lives you touch, and how you, I know because my mother and my sister was teachers.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, you grew up with it.
I grew up with it.
Relationships.
Exactly.
It's relationships over everything. And that's the thing that I'm so blessed that I'm able to take those same gifts and use it at Health and Help with my interns to be able to give them the education, to help build better clinicians, to really do that workforce development. It's so cool to see them coming from like, not really knowing any skill set with therapy, and to see them push through and serve our community in a capacity where people are truly being seen and heard.
Absolutely. Say that again.
Seen and heard. People being seen and heard.
When you took that first step, I mean, to go into therapy, you had to go back to school?
Yes, ma'am, I did. So I did my master's while I was teaching.
Whew.
So yes, I graduated 2018 from Troy University. So I had my son, thank you. And then I was like, we got hit by the car. So all this stuff had happened literally in the same time of those 2 years. We got in a wreck, going to church, walking to church, and I was like, God, why is this happening? And they were like, you're not supposed to question God, but God could handle it in that moment. So that really started my self-awareness. Also, me stop running. I was running for so long. I was constantly just, I got to keep going. I got to keep working. I got to stay busy, because my self-worth was attached to my productivity.
Absolutely.
If I didn't work, I was deemed as lazy. So learning how to really be still, that's why God gave it Be Still Therapy.
Now that's a huge one right there. How did you learn to be still when you know that it's something that's nudging you, but you are being pulled in so many directions, you hear it? But how do you get to that point when you say, okay, let me be still and listen to the soft voice of God so I can make the steps that I should take? Were you planting things along the way, or?
I looking back now, I see that I was planting, that God was planting those seeds, because every time now I can see the connecting the dots. I see like I can connect the dots, like the game when you get like the restaurants, just like ABC, like I can see all the way through like how God's hand has always been on me. But just knowing like, okay, I'm gonna tell you, the relationships, the education piece, being around the kids, being around the parents really had put me into position to take that over into therapy, because I knew where to meet them.
Okay.
I knew where to work with kids, but I also knew that the kids could only go so far if the parents weren't solely bought in. So I go back to the thing is, people are like, well, our children, we need to really work on focusing on the youth. But I'm like, that's the one thing I tell people at Health and Hope. It's so important that we have the adults come in and raise the healthy and have healthy parents so we can raise healthy kids.
Absolutely, it starts there.
It starts there. So definitely seeing the dots and seeing how God has used and like really just really groomed me and molded me on the potter's wheel to be able to show up in this space and say, I can be secure because I know whose I am.
Absolutely, I love that. I was reading on your page, and you had on this shirt that says, it's okay to have a relationship with Jesus and to have a therapist.
You need both. You need both. You need both, Sunshine. I feel like, because that's one thing, knowing that I grew up in a church and knowing when me and my boys got hit by that car, that was the first thing I thought about. I was like, nobody asked about therapy. They didn't. They just said, "Oh yeah, are you okay?" Nobody said, "Hey, let's do spiritual counseling or let's have a conversation." So I was running in the sense of I started drinking just to be able to keep going. I was like kept running, and God was like, "Matea, no, surrender to my will, and watch how I'm going to move mountains." And that day on March 21st, 2021, He said, "Hey, you chose me," and He said, "You got still long enough to hear me." I had to become a Mary instead of being a Martha.
Become a mirror.
A Mary did right. God said Mary did what was right. Martha was so distracted, so overworking, worrying about the details, and He was like, just be in my presence. And after that, everything has been falling into place. Be Still Therapy is flourishing, clients, seeing adolescents.
Be Still Therapy.
Be Still Therapy from Psalms 46:10, and knowing that God is in control.
That's right. He can do all things.
He can do all things. So true. Amen.
I mean, God. And I mean, I'm listening at how it's coming from you, and the delivery, I know it's coming from within. It is coming from the heart. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. I was listening to a sermon this morning, and it was from Miles Monroe, the late Miles Monroe. He said, be still, be quiet. It was telling me just to be quiet. Do what you got to do, but just be quiet. Now, that was just this morning. Now, here's my confirmation. Be still. Hush. Do what you got to do. You know what I mean? And I say that because there's so many of us who don't want to, or maybe need therapy, think somebody's gonna call you crazy. You're crazy if you don't go get it. But do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
there's a stigma there.
It's a huge stigma.
It's a huge stigma there about getting help. It's a huge stigma, but you're answering so many things I think that people need to hear. And with the fact that when you heard God, look at what you were at that moment, that accident with your kids. Oh my God. But look at you today. You got your own therapy, your own office. You're working with Health and Hope. And Dr. Erin Mayfield, good morning. She said, "Oh my God, I just love this." When I put that up that you were going to be in today.
Oh, I love Dr. Mayfield.
I love Dr. Mayfield to the core.
She is amazing. So her plant-based medicine, her lifestyle, the way she does things, I always tell her, I'm like, Dr. Mayfield, I can incorporate it, but I'm not fully sold. I said, I still love me a good piece of chicken. So I said, just bear with me. But I definitely, she does so much great work. We're about to be doing.
She made me some banana bread out of beans.
It's so good. Like she does black bean soups and everything. Like
she made me this. She found out that I eggplant. Then one day she drove up, she had me this eggplant dip.
It was good?
Ew,
See, I'm going to tell her to make some.
Okay, it was good.
That's why I said we're mind, body, and spirit. And that's the thing. God works with all of it. And that's why I always go back to truly it is okay. We have to work on that physical health. We have to work on what we're putting in our body. We have to focus on our mental health, our brain, because it tells us what to do. So being mindful of also our spiritual health. The community says, yeah, everybody goes to church. And I'm like, okay, faith without work is dead.
Amen.
So if I'm not putting in the work and I'm not showing up intentionally every day and say, hey, I'm choosing me. I'm choosing to focus on what I can control.
Choose me.
Regardless
of whatever.
Whatever else is going on.
Absolutely. Oh my God, you're just touching so many things. I mean, Jesus in therapy and a therapist. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Because I mean, he's my first love.
He's a counselor.
I mean, I love. Counselor. I mean, he's a counselor. And he tells me, daughter, you're kind of hard-headed sometimes, but I have to tell you over and over.
I hear the same thing. I think.
And you know, but he tells me, but I find it amazing today that when you were talking about the fact of about the silence and then the name of your business, Be Still Therapy, and then the sermon that I heard on my way in that Joy sent me, as a matter of fact.
Love me some Dr. Joy. Love, that's my
Joy,
sister.
She said, and I looked at it was 6:30 this morning, which I wasn't up yet. You know.
Right on time.
Right on time. And these are things that I think that we all need to go. Stop playing God. I mean, stop playing that you know God.
So true.
You know of him, but you don't have a relationship with him.
That religion over, the thing is relationships are over everything. But we'll settle for the religion and say, let me check off a box because I show up for church, I show up for Bible study, I show up to serve. But in those moments when you're depressed or you're anxious, and you're like, but where's your faith at?
Exactly.
Where's your faith in that moment?
Exactly.
Because the first thing they do is they get reactive.
Yes.
Or people go into, let me try to play God and play little God and be in control of something. When he says, who are you?
I don't even know
Who are you?
Drop the mic. Boop. I don't even know you.
And I'm like, why would you sit there? And that's why I kept doing it. I kept trying to manipulate it and try to figure out things and get it to be the way I want it to be, because I wanted to be in control. But not knowing I was anxious.
Right.
Because of the fear of uncertainty.
That you spoke to me then, the fear of uncertainty. But you got to have faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And it's a step that we have to take, but we got to know that He is going to take us through it. You know what I mean? I heard this in another one. It says, if He takes you to it, He's going to take you through it. You know what I'm saying? That's a thing that I grow on, because I said, okay, Lord, I hear you. What do you want me to do? And I live alone. I'm going, okay, Lord, talk to me. Say something.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Like, He didn't bring us this far to leave us.
Amen. He didn't do it.
And it's kind of keeping those receipts, but having that community and having a therapist to hold you accountable, to kind of just say, hey, do you remember when you were doing this? To really recognize on the strengths and bring it back, because sometimes it's that grounding. Our nervous system is sometimes used to be in hypervigilant and always in survival mode. God didn't call us to survive. He called us to thrive.
Yes, He did.
But to thrive, we have to actually get still and get quiet long enough and silence distractions, because He's not going to yell over our thoughts in our head.
He's not going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking to, look, Dr. Mattea. I'm going to mess up your last name.
It's okay. I like the fact, the doctor, because I'm just starting my doctoral program.
Speaking into existence, baby.
Speaking into existence.
There you go. Dr. Mattea with us. We're going to be back with more. We're going to go take a break, and we're going to talk more about Jesus and therapy right here on Sunshine's Corner.
I learned during my military service to train every day to fight and fight to win. If you've been injured in an accident, you already know one thing for sure. The insurance companies are going to fight you for every dollar you deserve. At Michelson Booth, we settle most of the cases we handle. But if the insurance companies choose to fight, well, we're okay with that too. If you've been injured in an accident, choose a law firm that's got the resources, training, and stomach for the fight. Michelson Booth. Don't be a victim twice.
Nestled in the heart of Pensacola, Dorothy's is a one-of-a-kind, community-driven cocktail bar by Oasis, Florida, created to sustain vital HIV and STI care across the Florida Panhandle. Inspired by the Wizard of Oz, rooted in inclusion, and dripping with character, Dorothy's is a welcoming space with award-winning Oz-inspired cocktails, food by Steel Pony Diner, and an unmatched atmosphere. Join us 7 days a week in downtown Pensacola, located directly across from Maritime Park and the Blue Wahoo Stadium.
Many who consider facial plastic surgery are concerned their results will look unnatural. But with over 20 years of serving the Pensacola community, his thousands of satisfied patients have made Dr. Derek Jones a trusted reconstructive and facial plastic surgeon known for industry-leading results that look natural. Call 850-484-FACE to schedule a consultation at one of our locations in Pensacola and Gulf Breeze.
I'm Dr. Derek Jones. Trust your face to a facial plastic surgeon.
Get some Billy's Big League sauce for your next cookout or family meal. Sold at local vendors throughout this area. If you want to have that big league taste, it's Billy's Big League Everything Sauce sold in local stores. Get some today and spice up your fastball. It definitely is a home run around the dinner table. Your friends and family will thank you. Visit us at billysbigleaguesauce.com, made in the USA.
She is so funny, guys, but she is so sweet. And but she said, "Look at Sonshine, the cartoon."
I love it. I love it.
Well,
That's so
we gotta
cute.
keep up with the time.
We need a little. Now we just need a little Barbie doll.
There you go.
That's all we need is a little Barbie doll.
Y'all
Look.
can buy the doll.
Yeah, buy Sunshine's doll.
There you go. But look, let's go back and talk about therapy with Jesus. And whereas we think that sometimes why people believe it's so important to understand that faith and professional counseling, they work together. Some of them want to separate that. I think they do work together, because if I've got faith to come in here, I'm using this as an example. I got faith to come in here.
It's the same sense of choosing, that fear. Like if I have faith, if I'm taking that first step to start seeing a therapist,
right.
I also took that first step to choose to follow God too.
Absolutely.
So that same courage, we have to be mindful of saying, hey, what about that same choice you made when you decided to use a substance to cope? You can make the same choice to be able to say, hey, let me go to a group. Let me go to an AA meeting. Let me come to Life Recovery at Health and Hope. Life Recovery, or AA.
Okay, so Life Recovery.
We have Life Recovery.
Okay.
So it's a 12-step program, but it's faith-based. So it's actually a Bible that shows how substance is put into the Bible and how it shows up and how God has been a part of it the entire time.
God got his hands
so
in it.
Tuesday night, tonight, we have it at 6 o'clock.
I tell people this all the time. Everything that you deal with on this earth, God came here. Jesus was here, walked this earth to let you know you can get through it.
People in the Bible had mental health issues. They don't talk about the suicides that were in the Bible.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I can't quote the number now. That's one thing, but there is definitely they Google
that
it.
we go through is in the Bible. It has been done, and I think that's why when Jesus walked the earth, that was to show us, hey, look, do you see all this I've been through? Do you see all this I walked through?
That I had to go through.
I had to go through this.
And he built. There's a resiliency. And I think that's the part that people have a hard time when they understand. Like, people be like, oh, they're so fearful. Yeah, because people have a hard time with going through adversity because they feel that they're alone. But being able to have that sense of having Christ, having that solid foundation, but knowing that God put people as a therapist, a peer support specialist, a social worker, a case manager, a whole team of people.
Okay.
Of community, even people within the group, to say, hey, we're doing this together.
Wow. Okay, when we see, how can I ask this? When people get to a point where it's a mask there, right? You're covering up all the things that are in front of you that you need to deal with, but you going to church, yes, sister, and on the inside, you're torn to pieces. You go to on the inside, you're torn to pieces. What is it that you would advise a person to do if they got these different voices in their head that's going to say, do this, do that, don't do this?
Because then I'm wondering, they're being like a chameleon. If I'm trying to put the mask on, and I said that, I think I stated that before. I think before last time we talked about the mask, like COVID. It didn't take COVID.
Oh, that's right.
It didn't take COVID for people to wear the mask.
That's right.
People are already putting them on and saying, hey, let me show up in this space this way. Let me put on another mask when I go around my family. Let me go to work and let me put on this mask. That wears you down. That causes burnout.
Yes, it does.
Emotionally, I'm exhausted. Mentally, I'm exhausted because I'm having to be socially and relationally on for people. But when do I check and say, hey, when am I filling my cup? When do I slow down and say, when can I just truly be me?
Wow.
And what does that look like? A lot of times people don't know who they are outside of those hats and those roles that they play.
Really? With today, in the world today, and what the classes that you're serving and the way that you serve in the community through God's work, and I think it's beautiful.
Thank you.
How there's so much division in the world today. There's so much hatred in the world that's coming out. Are you seeing more people dealing with that? I'm not saying call nobody name, no. I'm saying, but are you dealing with that more so where it's affecting people in a way that they've got to just go let go of this because of what we see now that was somewhat covered up? But now we know it's real because it was only that they were covering it up.
And then also, I think social media, Sunshine. I think knowing that you can see things, and I always go back, I deal with a lot of adolescents, but also too, just even adults. The comparison is a thief of joy. I know for me, when I look at something, I'm like, oh, this person's practice is going this way. I have a choice in that moment to say, do I compare where I'm at, or do I just say, this is where I want to go? Okay. And do I allow it to rob my joy in that moment? Because like you said, the division, it can divide us, or I can say, hey, let me reach out to this person and ask them what they do.
Right, right.
Like, or is it the fear that, hey, I might be judged or someone might reject me? So being mindful of in those sense of like, where's the dots connecting? Where's what is driving my bus in that moment? Is it the fear? Or is it my faith? Okay. So do I sit there and say, knowing that principality of the air is, he's literally everywhere. And he's the owner of chaos and confusion. He's the owner of division.
And if you don't have a relationship with God, you don't know
you can't be anchored. You can't be anchored. And if your focus is on everything else outside of your control, that's where the enemy lies. I always go back to, if it's not in my hand, I can't control it. If it's outside, other people's reactions, their boundaries, their lives, politics, the weather, their choices.
That's right.
But if I focus on my control, if I focus on my boundaries, if I focus on who has access to me.
Now, when you say that, you cut people off. That means that ladies and gentlemen, look, I can only use things that I see, I think, because I'm encountered with a lot of people. And I have this trait. I could be sitting here talking to you. I hear everything you're saying. I can hear that person over there. And I'm not losing focus with the conversation we have, but I can hear everything going on around me. Clear as a button. That's not a good thing all the time.
Because you're not able to focus on.
And when you hear,
it's like those little seeds.
Yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying is, though, when we get to a point like that, how do you advise a person to control, even though you have that sixth sense? I call it the sixth sense because some people can't do that.
They can't be able to be in that sense of being attentive and being able to hear other things. My thing is coming back to the moment, centering yourself and ground yourself and think about, okay, what are 5 things right now in this moment I can see? Okay. What are 4 things that I can touch? What are 3 things that I can taste? Whichever way we want to go, 2 things you can smell and 1 thing that you can, 1 thing that you can taste, swallow, whichever way they go. I know it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But the thing is, if I can ground myself in that moment, if I take a slow, deep breath and say, let me focus on the person in front of me, let me be present.
Exactly.
Let me silence those distractions, because even though I know I can hear that, but what's my focus right now?
Exactly.
And usually that's just God, and just shut the door. Because the thing is, that's what it is, boundaries and access. It's not a wall. It's not a wall. It's just, okay, let me see where my energy's going.
Exactly.
Because my energy's back here with a conversation back here, and then I got something going. It's time. I'm tired. I mean, but at the end of the day, I'm exhausted.
Exactly.
By the end of the conversation, I'm like, hold on, what they say? I need to take a nap. Because I done got so much deposit.
I love the way I did take a nap.
Take a nap.
But you know, faith doesn't mean that things don't hurt. I think sometimes people think that because you are so faithful, that the cares of life does not hurt you. The things that are pointed towards you does not hurt, but it does. How would you talk to a person? Now, I have faith like crazy, but there's other things that it does hurt. But by me, if I have not set the boundaries to know that my faith is still working for me, but I got to be able to draw a line. Is that something that a lot of people think that maybe because I have faith that shouldn't hurt me, or? And
I've had people feel like, because I'm prayed up, I've set free and delivered, that things are not gonna, like the adversities are still gonna come, but that's what the word says, trials and tribulations are gonna happen. But the thing is, like you said, the boundaries, that's the key word. If I know that I'm in control of how I'm feeling, can't nobody make me feel a certain type of way. People can upset me, they can influence things, but
how do you control that?
I say, is it mine to carry?
Like that.
Is it mine to carry? Is that how they're feeling? But the thing is, if I give them that much power,
right? Then it is giving away your power when you allow that to happen.
Yeah, because I have to be.
I think that's what Miles Monroe was saying this morning. Say,
take your power back.
Take your power back and keep moving. Just that's it. Time to be quiet. Be quiet. And you gotta share that somewhere. It was a good one.
There's power in silence.
There's power in silence. It's not weakness, but there's power in silence.
Because not everything deserves a reaction.
Does not deserve a reaction.
And no response is a response.
Hello, listen. This is Dr. Matea, and she's smiling. She's telling us things that we need to just be mindful of in your everyday walk. Don't think that because of the fact that you have faith, that you have Jesus, that life is not going to happen, but you got to know how to react to the life with your faith. Look at me, I'm going to be a doctor in a minute. I mean,
yeah, you go. Yeah, I'm gonna be having you leading some peer specialists. We're gonna say, come on to Sonshine's Corner at Health and Hope Clinic and have a women's group. Come on.
Oh, now look, don't put that in my head because I like that. But matter of fact, I got a call last night. So I want me to come to Milton and do that. But
well,
anyway,
come on.
Hey, see that?
Hey, look how God shows up. Come on, we need you. Come on, definitely in the community. That's the biggest thing. Is like you said, access to care.
Exactly.
And people don't know that it's free and readily available, and it's also that people that are believers, they think that it has to be separate, like you were saying, but we're mind, body, and spirit. God works on us as a whole entity, and we have to recognize that things don't have to be fixed because we're just broken people that need to become whole.
Right. When you say something about women of faith in the church, right? Are they somewhat afraid? Look at that. That's my alarm, and I guess it's time for me to make that phone call. But when it's time to, for people in the church or with faith, I think that there's a stigma there also sometimes that's held for people who have faith but don't know how to get the help they need with their faith. There's a, what's that word I'm looking for? There is it's a stigma.
It really is. I mean, it's a thought of like, am I weak?
Yes.
And the thing is, understand that vulnerability, because I know, especially growing up in the church, for me, it's like, what goes on in this house stays in this house.
That was my mother's song right there.
And so the thing is, knowing you go to church, you have to have that image, that facade of like, we're fine, we're good, our family's doing great, we're blessed.
How you doing today? Oh, I'm fine. No, you're not.
No, you're struggling.
Right.
But understand that strength and suffering are both silenced. So if I say I'm strong, I'm a strong person, but I'm still suffering. Like you said, I'm still going through things within myself.
Exactly.
How would you know?
Exactly. And I know I'm a strong woman.
So, and being a strong woman in faith, if people in the churches will allow, I always go back to the churches will allow people to stay in there, have the boundaries. If a counselor comes in and has that conversation with people in the church that is a professional, that's what makes it better for people to say, hey, let me come to your church. Let me come to your safe space.
Right.
And show up in that space and let you know that this conversation is okay to be had here.
Exactly.
And let's not wait until the crisis it's a crisis, and let's be preventative.
Do you think sometimes it reverse all the way back? Generational. Yeah.
It's that generational trauma, because I can't say the word curses. God doesn't curse us.
Right.
But definitely the trauma that's passed on. If my grandmother continued to keep on going, doing the same thing she was doing, then here goes my mom. She does the same thing.
Same thing. So it's not breaking anything.
And then if I don't say it's not breaking any chains. And the thing is, knowing that God gracefully breaks us, my thing is, why would we not take that route? It's kind of going down the two different paths. I always say you got one path that's comfortable. You know, you walk down that path long enough, you get a straight, clear path. If you go through the woods, you go down and you're like, oh yeah, that's clear. But going to that unfamiliarity and that uncertainty, and going down this path where it's going to be where you got to knock things down. There's going to be obstacles.
Right.
There's going to be adversities. There's going to be a tree right there where you can't get through.
Right.
But starting that path day to day, baby steps, intentionally saying, I'm going to choose God's way. I'm going to choose a healthy way. And that's what healing's about.
Oh, wow. Well, young children, with the younger people, are they having a lot of things to deal with? What is that causes them to be so...
I think the young people are based off the parents. A lot of the fact that the parents, it rolls down. If the parents are not healthy, how can the young people be healthy? So when I hear the generation, I know my generation was talked about, oh yeah, y'all millennials. And then it's like, but now we're talking about the Gen Z.
That's right.
So the thing is, then why do we not take a stop and take a stand and say, let me choose healthy so my kids know what healthy looks like. They only know what we model. We only parent from our conscious awareness. So if I only saw what my mom did, it's very easy for me to do that unless I choose to go down a different path and say, let me try something new with my kids.
So when you see those kids out there, they're only mimicking what they've seen.
Yes. So we want to model the healthy behavior.
Healthy behavior and stop. There's a little clip that I saw. It was on social media. It was a little boy, two little boys. One little boy was white and the other little boy was a black boy. But this is natural. Somebody just caught it on camera. And the little boys, one little boy, he went to crying, and the little boy walked over and he said, do you need a hug?
Oh.
I mean, but it came, and then he just reached over, grabbed the little boy. And I mean, that is something, I think that was a learned behavior coming from that little child, transferring it to that other child that needed that hug at that moment.
To see that, to have that awareness and say, this is probably what they need in this moment.
That baby could have been more than 3 or 4 years old.
Let me meet them where they are.
Exactly. Can you meet me where I am? We're going to come back and have more conversation with Dr. Mateo right here on Sunshine's Corner.
Empire Truck Sales, located at 2255 West Detroit Boulevard in Pensacola, is your Freightliner, Western Star, Detroit Diesel, and Cummins dealer for Northwest Florida. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., providing sales, service, and parts. Empire Truck Sales is also your Oasis dealer for Freightliner custom chassis RV and motorhome repairs. Running I-10 will get you in.
Hey
Hey everybody, I'm Eric Bramer.
And I'm Charlie Hobart.
You can tune in Fridays at 5:30 on Blab TV for Wahoos Weekly, your weekly in-depth look at the Pensacola Blue Wahoos on the field and off.
We'll be talking to players and highlighting initiatives in the community that make Pensacola so special.
And when the Blue Wahoos are here at home, it leads right into live game coverage from Blue Wahoo Stadium. That's Wahoos Weekly, Fridays at 5:30
on Blab TV.
I was diagnosed at 65.
37, earlier than most.
Every 9 minutes, someone is diagnosed with Parkinson's disease.
And every one of them can turn to the American Parkinson Disease Association. Visit apdaparkinson.org to learn more and show your support today.
Get a fresh cut and a fresh start at AHW Barber Academy. We focus on growth. Join us at 3822 North 9th Avenue, Pensacola, for a top-notch $6 haircut while supporting aspiring barbers. Our students learn in a real-world setting, guided by experienced professionals to become licensed barbers. Need a cut or a new career? Visit AHW Barber Academy or call 850-692-9298.
Take a breath and step into something green. At Pensacola Seed and Garden, both of our locations are open 7 days a week, ready when you are. We don't just sell plants, we grow many of them right here with care you can see. And once you take one home, you'll find everything you need to help it thrive. Visiting from out of town? Discover unique exotic plants you can bring home, often for less than ordering online. Pensacola Seed and Garden. Grow something beautiful.
And welcome back to a conversation today I think that is so utterly important. I cannot thank Dr. Matea for coming in today because I think, and this is why I always say, conversation creates change. If you cannot talk about it, then come on, you just still got that whole bottled up right there on the inside. When you're talking about be still therapy, let's talk about that. What service do you provide? How do people get in touch with you? Everything you need, you got it for them, but you sit there and talk about it. That was a joke, son.
You can especially come sit on my blue couch. That's one thing. Be still there.
What do you call it?
My blue couch. It's a blue couch, and I say, come on, sit on the blue couch.
So do they do like on TV? They lie down and
they lie down. They sit. We walk outside. Whatever is necessary. Whatever is necessary for our client. We're trying to get a health and hope. We're trying to do a sensory garden. That's the next thing. I would love for us to get a sensory garden put out there so we can be able to go and touch different plants that are therapeutic, like the different leaves, the senses, and calming, and if they're soft.
Are you serious?
Yes.
What about fake plants?
Well, fake plants, fake plants good too now, but I don't know if they're going to be as therapeutic as a real one, but definitely.
So a real plant holds
therapeutic value. Yes, and this is the smells. You got to think about how grounding it is to be in nature.
So what?
Grounding it is to be in nature.
Really?
Yes, to take your shoes off and feel the grass and really just be planted in that moment.
Okay.
I was all anti for it at one point until I took them shoes off and said, let me go out here and go barefoot.
Really?
Because it was like, okay, what's next? Heart palpitations, I was stressed out, and I was like, I got to use a tool in my toolbox.
Now, I'm going to be transparent with you. I'm dealing with stress right now.
You're highly functioning right now, I can tell you.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like, man, just take my shoes off and walk outside in the dirt.
Yep.
It's too hot. I mean,
it is too hot, but also ice cold water too as well. So always, in case of emergency, if you start to feel overwhelmed, stressed, putting your hands in ice, putting your face in ice, putting cold water on your wrists.
What would that do?
It helps shock your nervous system.
Really?
So you're able to be grounded in the moment, and you're focusing more sense of the coldness and the temperature than you are the thoughts that's running in your head.
I gotta make her laugh. I do have those moments when I feel like I need something cool. But what I'll do, I'll open my refrigerator freezer. I think that's a hot flash.
And people don't want to talk about menopause and premenopause and stuff. They don't talk about the hot flashes and the changes as women either with mental health. They don't discuss the fact that anxiety gets heightened, that depression kicks in. They just say, oh, you're just going through the change. And it's like, but what's a change? What is the change?
No, because sometimes in the wintertime, when it's really cold, I'll go in my garage.
And you just go, and it's so cold. And you just sit there.
Yeah, but
it shocks your nervous system. And you get calm, don't you?
Yeah.
See, there you go. You already using the tools. You just got to name it and tame it.
Yeah, right. You say, oh, Lord help me. I mean,
I understand that because I definitely go there as well. Like, hold on, that's too hot. It is too hot. This heat index is disrespectful.
I mean, these kind of things right here is so beautiful. Listen, you should go sit on the blue chair. I mean, the blue couch. And just open up because, I mean, I can tell that you help me because you're making me laugh when I say these things, right?
And that's what I try to do. It's like, it's no judgment. When I say it's not like, it's a judgment-free zone, for real. Not like Planet Fitness, but truly, I tell people, I'm meeting you where you are. I have no sense of trying to tell you if it's right, if it's wrong. I'm not giving advice. I'm just helping you process through it.
It's because these things are just stored on the inside. Sometimes you can talk to yourself and say,
But you got to release it. Because if I keep it in my head, I'm going to continue to be stressed.
Okay.
That's where that burnout comes in. If I don't have a place where I can release it safely and know that it's not going outside of those four walls.
That's the key.
That's the key.
That's the key.
The confidentiality.
Confidentiality, because I don't think there are things like you know, sometimes, oh, my friend. No, your friend will go. Sometimes your friend will get talking, tell somebody else that's not your friend.
And the thing is, that's also, friends are going to give you that advice. We don't do that in therapy. So the thing is, knowing that I'm not going to go back and say, you're not going to say, Matea told you to do this, because I'm like, I love my license too much. I'm like, no, we're going to process through. And what do you think about this? What do you think that you should do? Those are the questions that I ask.
Really?
To help.
So you can tell a person what they're dealing with after you talk to them about just their reactions and things that they say?
I can tell by the patterns and behaviors. If being a healthy clinician, that's what I tell my interns at Health and Hope. I say, if you can truly look at, in the sense of building the relationships, looking at people's patterns and behaviors, and stop worrying about the symptoms all the time.
Symptoms?
Symptoms, because they always want to give a diagnosis, and I tell people we are more than a diagnosis. Yes, there are true things that we need to diagnose, but if you look at people's patterns and behaviors and get to the root of why they respond and they react the way they do, you change the game. It answers a lot of the questions about how they are, because at the end of the day, they're the common denominator, regardless if it's at work, regardless if it's at home, regardless if it's a friendship, a family member. The person that's sitting on my blue couch is the one that I'm dealing with in that moment.
I love the blue couch, okay. Women who carry everything. We are, I think, such multitaskers. And we are expected, sometimes women often find themselves, everything is being dumped on you. You're a mother, like you said, you're a mom, you're a wife, you're a caregiver, you're a professional, you gotta cook, you gotta clean, you gotta do everything.
So many different hats.
We wear so many hats. And what I guess my question is, what happens when that person everybody depends on just break? Bah! I mean, I'm so emotionally exhausted. What about that person?
The thing is with the person, what in that sense of, let me kind of get some clarification. That person, when they break, noticing the people that's dependent on them, where are they at?
Okay.
Their focus, the thing is, what am I carrying that's not mine to carry? That's the question I ask my client, because at the end of the day, if I'm the one that's putting everything, if I'm taking someone's story and putting it in my book bag, that's a rock. If I'm taking someone else's relationship or their issue, that's a rock that's in my book bag. So that book bag gets heavy. I'm the one that's in control to say, hey, let me put this rock down. Let me put that person's stuff down. Let me trust God to really be God in that moment and say that his yoke is easier.
His burdens are light.
So I don't have to carry it.
I think it's so hard for us to let them go. Why?
Because the thing is, we want to have that's the anxiety, that delusion of control. If I hold on to it, everything's going to be okay. That's what we tell ourselves.
Okay.
But then we hold on to it and stuff still falls.
Hello. Oh my God. Are you just, listen to this young lady. She's teaching you today. I mean, but if you need some blue chair sitting.
Come on.
Come on to my girl and talk to her. And you know, I think family therapy will be good.
I love family therapy. But the thing is, having family therapy, you have to have that buy-in. If everybody wants to be willing, you have to really just say yes to it.
So some people don't want to do the whole family thing?
Some people don't want to do the whole family thing, and that's okay. Because I go back to...
Who do you have the most difficulty with, men or women?
Men are usually my hardest.
I figured that.
But the thing is, women also, we're driven by emotions a lot of time.
Right.
So the thing is, we'll tie our emotions into everything without looking back. And my men, at least they can compartmentalize. And they set some real firm boundaries. Sometimes they set walls up, and I'm saying like, oh, we got to bring them down. It's not walls, it's a door. So you close it, you open it. Not to put up a wall and have people climb over it, but just say, okay, if I don't want to do this, I can close that door. If I don't want to be tied up with this person, I can close the door.
Okay.
Women say, well, I got this person, I feel guilty. But it's like you feel guilty because you're carrying something that God didn't ask you to carry.
Get that rock out of the bag.
And that's get the rock out the bag. Because it's one thing to carry something, but to care for somebody. When I'm carrying, I'm overextending. I'm being overly responsible. I'm constantly worrying. But when I care for someone, I offer help.
Okay.
I love them. I pray with them. I hold space for them. But when I'm carrying their stuff, I'm trying to fix it.
Oh, I love that. Did you hear that? Wow, she's just opened up the door today. Bing! We're having such a great conversation, Dr. Medea. And I tell you, Be Still Therapy. And she's also a therapist there at Health and Hope, which is great. We're going to come back and talk with more because I got so many other things I got to ask. I got before the time run out right here on Sunshine's Corner.
For 75 years, we've been caring for families, creating jobs, and working to build a healthier community. This is your home, and ours too. We're honored to be the trusted partner in your care. Baptist Healthcare, here for you then, now, and always.
Hi, I'm Emily Echeverria, Marketing Communications Director for Council on Aging of West Florida, where we're dedicated to helping seniors and their families live healthier, happier, and more connected lives. That's why I'm proud to host Coming of Age, an engaging show highlighting local experts, community partners, and ambassadors of the programs and services making a difference locally. Watch Coming of Age Wednesdays, 3:30 on Blab TV and anytime on YouTube. And remember, enjoy life. You've earned it.
The Emerald Coast Utilities Authority's state-of-the-art materials recycling facility processes recyclables for communities throughout the region, lowering need for more landfills. This highly efficient recycling service accepts glass, paper, cardboard, plastics, aluminum, and more. But we need your help. Please make sure your recyclables are clean of garbage, food, and liquids. Also, please remember that plastic shopping bags, foam products, or yard waste are not recyclable. To learn more, go to livegreenecua.com.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quince Dieter, and I am Blab TV.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. This is Sunshine's Corner, where purpose meets power and conversation creates change. We're talking with Dr. Matea today, and I want you to get in touch so you can sit on the blue sofa. No, the blue couch.
Well, sofa couch, you know.
The blue chair?
The blue chair.
We sit in that spot that's blue.
Yes, that part.
Okay, healing from trauma. What would you, this is our last, oh God, this hour is going so fast. I want to talk about trauma because I think a lot of us walk around with trauma, don't even realize that it's trauma that we're dealing with.
Well, you just said stress, so that's what trauma is. Trauma is anything that's a stressor. So it's the way we respond to stress in those moments. That's like the trauma. So the trauma response is, do I fight? Do I overwork? Do I overschedule myself when I'm stressed out? Am I in flight mode? Do I run and hide? Or do I freeze? Do I disassociate? Do I get numb, frozen? Or do I fawn? Do I people please when it's a stressful situation?
Oh, I'm not a people pleaser.
Do I say yes out of pressure instead of saying yes out of peace?
Look, did you all hear all the stuff she just said? I got to rewind. But these are things I think that everybody, you do your job well. And I think that's why I was so adamant about having you back, because when we were talking that time earlier in the year, it was the things in the delivery. It means so much of how you do. And as I watch you today, I see a smile, but your face hasn't changed. It's this look on your face. Even when I go to say, it didn't go, oh, really? No, you say, okay, well, that's trauma. That's stress. That's a good therapist. Grief.
Thank you.
How people deal with grief. Because grief, like for me, I have to use myself. I can't use anybody else. My mother been gone 20-something years, and it still feels like it was yesterday.
Grief is nothing but a God thing, because me and my husband, I was just sitting there on my back porch. That's my little self-care spot, talking last night. I said, I've been seeing so much grief within my clients recently. But it's been and grief is such a heavy topic, because I tell people, grief doesn't go anywhere. Grief doesn't, people like, and I said last night, they're like, time heals all wounds. No, it doesn't. Grief is like a little ball inside of a mason jar. And the thing is, that ball still is there, but our life gets bigger. The jar just gets bigger, but the grief is still the same size.
Oh, I love that.
We just learn how to grow around it.
Oh, because I'm still got mama in that jar.
Yes. And she's still going to be there.
And she's going to be right there no matter what. So when father's in that jar.
And it's just holding space. And what does my life look like around the grief? How do I cope? How do I sit with the grief, but not allow myself to stay there?
Oh, wow.
And that looks like sometimes going to a therapist to work through
on the blue chair.
Our grief support group at Health and Hope.
Exactly.
That's free to the community.
Well, how can people get in touch with that? Because people may not know about that.
And the thing is, follow Health and Hope Facebook page, look on our page, go to our website. We have the whole calendar for the month on there. We already have the August calendar. We have Life Recovery Tonight on Tuesdays. I do Mind Matters and Restorative Wellness on Wednesdays. That's a lot of grounding technique, a lot of trauma discussion, a lot of grief. We just sit there and we go through, and everything's confidential in that group setting. We're not in there to fix, we're not in there to give advice, we're just there to hold space. I give a lot of education, a lot of practical tools where people can walk out in reflection and journal their things. Like I said, the grief work, I do so many things, like a grief coping box, where you do a coping box of just putting all the grief things. Like I would put all your mom's stuff, I would say, bring me some stuff, Sonshine, that has of your mom, and let's put it all together. Let's write a letter to your mom. Those are things that you pull out and say, let me pull my grief support box out.
Really? Like I hold on to this letter she wrote me, the last letter she wrote me when she was sending me something that she wanted me to do years ago. I still have that letter.
And now we just put it in a box with other things that you want to do. So then it's like, there goes again. When I need something, I need remembrance of my mom, and I want to honor her in this moment. I can go through this.
Really? Oh my God, I've learned so much today. I can't thank you enough.
No, thank you.
Especially with that, because I mean, like that's deep right there. I'll say this because even I have her car.
Oh my goodness.
I won't let that, I will not. I still have her earrings in the car.
And I wouldn't let it go.
I won't let it go.
And I'll put everything in a little box and say, this is Mom's stuff.
Oh, get out of here.
Mom's riding with me today.
Come on, Mom,
Come, hop in, let's go.
Look, I laugh because she used to tell us, baby, don't get in my car tired.
I love that.
And when I drove it to Florida, I said, well, Mother, I guess you're tired.
She tired.
I mean, it's so beautiful. I just can't thank you enough.
Thank you.
And I mean, wow, for the work that you do, and I can tell that's a love of yours, because look at all the different things that you named up just a moment ago that's going to be going on right there at Health and Hope.
Yes, and we're having our open house on September 26th, so it's open to the community. Please come. It's from 10 to 12. The whole building's going to be open. Everybody will see my health and wellness wing, see our clinic, see what we do, learn how to volunteer, learn how to be involved.
Your health wing.
Yep, the health is the whole wing. It's got the nutrition class. That's where Dr. Mayfield does her diabetes classes, and she does our nutrition, eating smart. So we have that. We also have different Florida Department of Health. We have NAMI that comes in, and there's like a men's support group. Valerie's House does a family support group. So really great opportunity for people in the community to be able to receive these group therapy classes and for free. We have exercise, everything. So mind, body, and spirit. We're really working on the whole person within health and health.
Wow. I just think about all the things that you name up. There's nothing that you need that you can't find there.
Nothing. And the thing is, if they have insurance and they need to see somebody, they can come to Be Still Therapy within the sense of right there in Health and Hope.
Unbelievable. And listen to this, that you hear this, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who may not have the insurance or may not have the funds right now, there are classes that are free.
Free.
Look at God.
Amen. It's like, that's the thing. People can't say that the resource isn't there. It's the fact that we have to educate people and let people know and give the awareness that we are there.
Exactly.
So I definitely am so grateful for you to be able to share this space to say, hey, y'all come out here and have these conversations.
Of course.
And be in community with people that understand what it's like to go through, because we don't have to walk this life alone. God didn't call us to do that.
Absolutely. Oh my God. This is great, ladies and gentlemen. So please make sure that you take advantage of this and use what God has given us. He said that He will supply your every need. That don't just mean money. Some people think that just money.
And they have to realize, but there's so much other needs. My needs, when it's coming to calming my nerves, when it's coming if my anxiety's high, I bet your blood pressure is probably high.
Exactly. Oh, take my blood pressure, cool. But listen to this, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure. This has been a conversation I think that's so meaningful that we've had today. And it is just absolutely great. I want to say to my friend, Doctor, was watching the show yesterday, and he called me last night. He said, oh, I turned the TV on and look who I see. He said, there's so much information that you're giving out, and I know they're going to watch it again today. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, watch this show. Tell somebody else about it so they can get the help that's needed. And there's so many things that God will put in front of us that are free. He said that he will make a way when you think there's no other way. He's already got your pathway made. All you got to do is trust and believe. Lean not to your own understanding, but put him first.
Amen.
And know that he's got it all for you.
Amen.
You know what I mean? Hey, thank you, Dr. Matea.
Thank you, Sunshine.
You are so the bomb. You're not done yet. We're not going to get held on 2 wheels. We have to come pick you up.
Yes, please. I'm like, this is definitely, that's how the enemy works.
That's how he try to stop
you. But God saw fit.
That's right, but don't feel bad, baby. I do it too, because I mean, like, sometimes
it's that time management. I know my unhealthy patterns and behaviors. I'm like, that's why I tell people, therapists go to therapy. That's what it is. I'm doing the work with my clients. I'm like, I feel you. I am going through it. I understand.
Exactly.
It's every day.
No doubt. And you know, I got to say this quick. Listen to what we talked about. We were talking about social media, because some of us, the first thing we do when we get up in the morning is grab this and go to social media and find out who did Sally Jane this way in their life.
That causes anxiety.
Exactly.
I'm stressing out before I even open right when I open my eyes, brush my teeth, before I do anything, before I even sit down and pray.
Thank you. Come on now.
We'll look at the phone and we'll say, well, this person just posted this.
And then you can't stop.
And you can't doom scrolling. That's part of life recovery too.
That's
we talk about that. We say this is addiction. Hey. We got to slow down. Put that phone down. Be present.
I told a girlfriend, I said, that's your thumb. No wonder it's so skinny. You do this exercise
all day long. all day long.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fantastic day, and I cannot thank Dr. Matea enough for taking the time to come in to share so much valuable information with us today. But I want to encourage you to reach out and do the same thing. I've got to go, but I'm going to leave it with you as I do every day. Never, ever, 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 ever lose your focus. Always remember, if you keep God first, I'll guarantee you this, you will be a total success. So until tomorrow, for another day of sunshine, know that I love you with a perfect kind of love. Go out, tell somebody that you love them and mean it. And keep shining while I'm gone. Thank you, Dr. Matea.
Thank you.
I love you so much, sweetheart. All righty.
Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.